Nidinoro has come out to say that our very own president is rather incompetent, but of course he didn't put it in such simple language. He veiled the attack. Here's the tip.
Kenyan debt levels is getting out of hand. We have now the budget on the floor of the House. 4.2 thereabout trillion shillings. We have budgeted to borrow as a country close to 900 billion shillings. So it's higher than the last year. So I'm asking Kenyans this question. We need to get out of the hole of borrowing and unsustainable debt. If you fall in a borehole or a ditch, an abandoned borehole which never produced any water, I'm just saying a ditch, and you need to get out of it, and your friend gives you a panga or a hoe ya kuchimba, and he tells you the best way to get out of this place, you keep digging the hole. I want to ask ourselves as Kenyans this question, whether that is logical. We must walk the talk as a country. If we say we want to get out of unsustainable borrowing, every succeeding year, we must borrow less than the previous year. Now we are doing the reverse. We are borrowing more money this year than we borrowed last year. And then we claim that we are getting out of the borrowing in a debt trap. That is not the reality. That is an oxymoron. That is a contradiction of facts. And you know the beauty about Kenya nowadays, everything is anywhere. You can just Google the things I'm saying because it's government documents I'm referring to.
Now, to that effect, I fully agree with Nidinoro. We cannot be complaining about debts while taking on more debts and refusing to downsize the government. It's the epitome of foolishness. But that aside, Nidinoro was notably absent from the DCP launch. So people are wondering, what is his plan? You are not with the Ruto camp. You're not in UDA. If you are, it's just on paper. Neither are you with the opposition. You're not anywhere with Martha Karua, Matiang'i, Rigathi, or any of the sorts. So what is Nidinoro's plan? Because time is moving. Nidinoro might be a force to reckon with in Mlima Kenya, a future presidential hopeful. But if he keeps quiet, others will fill that void. I can give you a very good example. In the run-up to 2022, the biggest ally of William Ruto from Mlima Kenya was Rigathi Gachagua. Second to Rigathi Gachagua was not Professor Kithure Kindiki, it was Nidinoro. In fact, if you look at how they were moving around the country, it used to be Ruto, Wetangula, Mudavadi, and Nidinoro. The four of them. Because Wetangula and Mudavadi were not looking for any seat. They were looking for appointed seats. Kwa hivyo hawakuwa na haja na kura ya Bungoma or wherever. They could move freely. The president obviously was going for presidency. Nyoro was defending his seat in Kiharu, but because he was so popular, he did not waste any time in Kiharu. He was busy playing national politics. They were four of them. Hata Gachagua hakuwa anatembea Kenya. He was in Mlima Kenya, from Nakuru to where. If Nyoro was a vocal leader, he could have easily become somebody the president depends on in Mlima Kenya, but he kept quiet. Ishungwa, who was having a very hard time in Kikuyu, akamaliza kura yake akashinda, akarudi akapiga kelele, akafanywa pale majority leader. And that is how Nyoro fell out with the president. Now again, there is another opportunity. Rigiji is looking like he wants to do something major from that region. Either he's going for presidency or he's backing somebody, meaning he'll be part of the coalition, the grand coalition. But Nyoro is also not creating any rapport with Gachagua. It makes you wonder, akirudi kwa debe atenda na chama gani? Unless he's going as an independent, because then he'll pass with flying colors. He has no scandal, he's very much loved. But all I'm saying is this, Nyoro needs to start occupying spaces which were meant for him. Mimi sioni kama Ishungwa was meant to be majority leader. All along it was Nidinoro. He was the one who was closer to the president 99% of the time during campaigns. This time round again, hii serikali inaenda kuenda nyumbani, and those who are taking power, I feel like Nidinoro could be somewhere in the mix. Hii kuchelewa imefanya hata akasaulika kwa party leadership. The people who are in that DCP party, who if Nidinoro was in the mix, ni yeye angekuwa. I don't think anyone would have tolerated Linturi with Nidinoro around. One adds nothing to the party, the other one does. But anywho, that's just my take. Let's see what Kenyans on X had to say about this, and I quote. Murcox said, "Let the truth be said, Kasongo wants to finish our country to become like Uganda and Zimbabwe. We as Kenyans, we will not allow. Raila and Ruto are going home as a package in 2027, take it to the bank." Kabansora said, Nidinoro didn't attend Rigiji's DCP party launch. Yes, very correct. I suspect that Ruto seeing the DCP wave will loop back Nidinoro into his good books. I insist that Babu Owino and Nidinoro form a super alliance. I don't know about the super alliance, but Nidinoro needs to pick a side quickly, or via as an independent, he'll still be re-elected, but I don't think he'll be rewarded beyond being an MP. Kang Kinyanjui said, Nyoro has been speaking about this debt all along. You've just not listened to him closely. He's good in economics and finance. He's a genius, a man who can lead us. Amakanji Thomas said, today, if he is reappointed to the position he had, he will sing a different song. But I would say you guys do drop me your own comments in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to read them and to give you a response. And in the event you're here for the first time, please go on and hit the subscribe button. And if you're watching for a different platform, just head on over to YouTube, search for Ndindi. Hit the subscribe button, you're going to be getting a ton of content of this nature. If politics is something you're passionate about, this is definitely the one channel that you really need to subscribe to. Alright guys, adios. Thank you for choosing Ndindi as your primary news platform. We put countless hours in research, recording, and editing. By showing up each and every day to watch our videos, you encourage us to generate more videos for the viewers. We are on a mission to inform, educate, and build a better tomorrow. To our thousands of followers in a world full of presidents, kings, and queens, you are the real gem. Adios.